Hey, it's Jack from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today is July 18th, 2025. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right. Thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't done so, please retweet or like or subscribe or whatever you got to do for me. I appreciate that. If you're on X, I'm at Alphacharts365. Check me out there, posting things all of the time. If you like my stuff, I do have a subscription group. It's $10 a month, super cheap and affordable for everybody. Best thing is, it's month to month. There are no contracts. Well, what do you get for $10, right? We get our weekend video for subscribers only. It's a market report, goes through internals of the market. It has my extended watch list. Right now it's very extended because there's a lot of names on it. That's for idea generation. And then what I do is I take my favorite names, usually it's five or six, but it could be more or less. And I create a focus list video separate from this. And that's shorter, about 10 minutes or so. And it goes straight, basically, it's just straight into what I'm looking at, where I would buy, where I plan on selling, and how I'm going to manage risk. After the weekend stuff is done, I do a midweek video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do a market note on actually Sunday night where I tie everything together actually for my weekend research into the market note and basically it's one cohesive idea from the weekend. But I also do another one on Thursday, and that pairs nicely with the video that I produce. So I do them kind of together. I do annotated charts, especially on anything from the focus list, or even during the week. If a new sub comes along that really it catches my eye, I'll do an annotated chart on there. Again, where I would trade it. That's what I share. Where I would trade it, where I would manage risk. And if there's a profit target, I'll show you. If not, I may just say trail the stop. Um, because sometimes we don't know where the profit target's going to be, right? We're kind of guessing on targets. Anyway, daily market scans, posts just for subscribers, chart requests. I do live streams roughly once a month or so. And I don't tell you to buy or sell, just what I'm looking at the markets. If you work full time, you got a family, you're new to the markets, you've been in the markets for a long time, for $10 a month, there's no better value out there. And again, I give you a ton of information. Also, it's the way that you want to consume it, whether you want to read a note, whether you want to watch a video, you want to do both, you just want to look at the annotated charts. We got it all for you. If you are a YouTube only watcher, I have all the video content and annotated charts for the members over here. Same $10 a month, super easy to come by, and you get it all as well. You can see here. Focus list and midweek updates and weekend videos. Like focus list, this is a 15-minute one. 25 minutes, 30 minutes. You can just kind of go through it all. This weekend video is 51 minutes. Anyway, that's what I share for both YouTube and X subscribers. Okay, let's get into these charts. Enough yapping about that. SPY, all the way up, basically right near all-time highs, and also all-time weekly closing highs on the SPY. Um, that's a good thing, right? I mean, it's hard to say anything bad about all-time weekly closing highs, right? It's looking good. If you're trying to say, oh, all-time highs, it's got to go down. Well, you've been wrong here, and really here you've been wrong because we closed at another high here. So in the end, all-time highs is good, up 0.65 on the week. And really just we've had a sideways choppy market for now for about 2 weeks or so. It just lets the moving averages catch up. I think this is all very, very bullish price action in general. We're in the middle of July, and everything's holding up really, really well, right? At least that's the way I look at it. Looking at the RSP, you have not quite all-time highs, but we're real close. On the week, it was just down just a smidge, but overall, you see it was down a lot more, and the buyers showed back up. Nothing bad about this chart as well. Everything's holding up nicely. Qs. It looks very, very similar to SPY. If we really look at it, they're both cap weighted and they all both look really, really similar. Again, moving averages are just catching up as it's grinding a little bit. Has not closed below the 9-day, which is my green line right there, in a very long time since June 23rd, so almost a month. On the week, it was up 1.27 on the week. That looks very nice. And again, it's doing everything right. And here are the equal weighted cues. They were up about 0.66 on the week. And when we look at it, again, just kind of grinding to the sideways, choppiness, letting moving averages catch up. That's what we're looking for, right? I mean, if we got to be bullish in this type of scenario. Anybody that wants to be bearish here is basically taking a guess, right? And I think probabilities tell us market moves higher from here, not lower. Mid caps, they kind of broke out and now they're just kind of chopping around. But again, nice recovery over the moving averages. IWM as well. Not a great day today, but overall, let's look at the week. The week was up 0.27. Mid caps were up, basically break even on the week. So again, just slowly but surely coming along, right? That's what we like to see. I'm going to flip to my dashboard real fast. I usually save this for subscribers. It's one of the internals. I'll just share it right now. Might as well. So this top chart right here is the SPY. And, I put these little flags in here of if I'm bullish or if I'm bearish or if I'm, or just cautious, right? Yellow's cautious. So, we got, little bit bearish, we'll call it, or red here. And then you see we flip back to yellow right over here, and we've been pretty much green or yellow the whole way, right? And yellow doesn't mean sell everything. It basically means either start to buy, start buying back in, or if we're worried about it potentially going down, it may mean no new buys or smaller buys and things like that. It's definitely not like a sell everything type of indicator. You see that we are still in the power trend. That is these green blocks right there. We're in a stage two uptrend, right? New highs are definitely outpacing new lows. We have a little divergence in the percent of stocks above the 50-day, but overall we're in a bullish range. I think that's the most important thing. And if you want to point to anything that could be bearish at all, it's that we've been in this market cycle now for, according to the Trader Lion, I don't know what you would call this blurb over down here, 59 days. And it's kind of long in the tooth as far as the uptrend goes. And all that means is maybe a shakeout's coming, right? That's what that means to me. So you may get a quick shakeout, over maybe a couple days or a week or something like that, holds key levels on the shakeout, and then we bounce higher. That is the way I read this, and I think that's a possibility. Again, that's stuff I usually share with subscribers, but I figured I'm going to share with you guys today. If you're interested for more commentary like that, go to Alphacharts 365. XLF came back, retested the breakout. Looks like it wants higher now. Very nice looking chart. I love that XLF is now right near all-time highs. Not quite all-time weekly highs, but it did very well for the week. SMH, one of the leaders, up 1% on the week. And again, right closing all-time weekly highs and, right near all-time highs. XSD hasn't broken out yet, but it looks really good, right? Again, maybe needs a little shaky bakey here, some little shakeout here. But overall, I think that would be, he's up 2.25 on the week, man. They were buying every semiconductor, right? Yeah, this is a spot where you may get some supply come in the market, right? And maybe that's where we get the shakeout. That could be a shakeout week. IYT, these are transports. These are cap-weighted transports, and they were looking great up here, and then they just kind of failed. Now, it's not a complete failure, but not great. They were down on the week, 2%. I like the equal weights a little bit better, which were only down 0.86, but I feel like the equal weights give us a better feel of what the transports are doing, and a lot less Uber in there, right? If we look at transports here on IYT. So look at that. You see Uber is 22% in that, and then it goes into UNP, and then it falls off. So that's 38, 39% of Uber and UNP. Whereas equal weights gives us a better feel about it. You know what I'm saying? It's you see, there's a lot of Joby in there because it's done so well recently, right? It's got to rebalance. But overall it's equal weighted. So there you go. So that's XTN. And this one looks better. And if you look at it, oh no, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. And it's holding up actually much better than IYT is. Housing. I was liking housing off of here, and actually I was long a little bit, made a little bit of money, not much, but a little bit in this, and I was expecting to keep going. That's why I have my stops. It kind of came back in, but it hasn't done anything wrong yet. And actually, you can say this is just a higher low versus here, here, and here. And if that's the case, and housing is going to break higher, that would actually be absolutely amazing. But if it rolls over here, I think that we could be in a bigger problem. So I'm watching this chart. I think this one's important. I think it's been important. I think this is what helped us, or me and my subscribers, um, get safe during the recent downtrend a few months ago, right? A few months ago, you can see this, in February and into March, corresponds with February into March, right? So we were watching that chart specifically. Um, so we're watching it again right here. The mags chart, right near all-time highs. Great week for the mags, up 1.71. I said they're the biggest stocks in the market, right? They may not lead all the time, but they need to participate for the indexes and really the general market, I think, to go higher. And we're seeing that participation, and that's a good thing, right? And again, some of them look really good on setups too. But the mags look really good. And then finally, IBIT, the Bitcoin ETF. We had the beautiful breakout to all-time highs. Now we're coming back in. I can easily call this a bear flag. I'm sorry, bull flag. And I think this could potentially rip higher. Maybe it shakes around a little bit this weekend, which is kind of nice. We're going to get all kinds of price action this weekend, and then it'll price it in. I'm already involved in this name. This was to subscribers back on 7-2. That's back in here. Actually, that's back in here. So we're in it from $62 or so, 62.50, and this is all part of the deal, right? You're gonna bull flag, and you come back, and we would expect this. The expectation is this breaks back higher, and if we get an expectation breaker, we'll be out, and no big deal. It's a no risk trade now because we've already de-risked the trade, and it was a small risk to begin with, and that's what I love, right? Low risk, high reward types of trades. That's what we always go for, and yeah, that's what we got. I think we're in a bull market. I think that again, don't be shocked if we get a shakeout though. And I've been saying that for about a week or so that we're due for a shakeout, just to kind of reset things. But I could see us as a possibility coming down, then popping higher, right? And again, that still keeps within the context of a bullish market. We come down and test 613, 614, something like that, 615, and then we bounce higher. Lovely, beautiful. Thank you. Right? This creates the next opportunity and the next bull run. Yep. So that's what I got for you. I think that happens. The cues look just the same, nothing different. Yeah, good luck with everything. If you haven't done so, check me out at Alphacharts 365 on X. Join the subscriber group right there or on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.